Sherry Amabisca. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. I submitted 2 letters for you to look at. The first one is from Mitch Greenlick. This, obviously, I'm here regarding rural reserves north of Highway 26. I don't think that's a surprise to you. And I just wanted to update you on some of the most recent information we've had since we've talked to you last, or since I gave you the rural reserve notebooks that we prepared from Save Helvetia. We've gotten several more endorsements for rural reserves north of Highway 26. CPO 8 did an endorsement for rural reserves north of 26. We would go for south of 26 with them, but it took a long time just to do that. So just wanted to let you know that they support it. And Mitch Greenlick's letter is interesting because he has done a lot of work in protecting natural resources. He does advocate that north of 26, spanning both Multnomah and Washington counties, that you designate rural reserves for that entire area. I know you can't do Multnomah, but that's what he is advocating, because he feels that there's it obviously makes sense to, if you're going to have one, you should have the other, for corridors, for ecosystem service benefits, for recreational sense of place, and protecting the natural resources. He does point out that he feels the Highway 26 Helvetia Road interchange can serve North Hillsborough without development on the adjacent farmland, and would suggest that that be rural reserves. And he said, and the northwest corner is not appropriate for urban reserves. So bottom line, his letter says, please designate all the reserve study area north of Highway 26 in Washington and Multnomah County, including Helvetia and the Tualatin Mountains, as rural reserves. I just thought you should, if you hadn't seen it already, be aware of it. Okay. Next is a letter from a majority of the homeowners in the northwest quadrant of the Helvetia interchange area, bordered by Groveland Road, Helvetia Road, West Union Road. They submitted this letter to let you know that they are in favor of rural reserves. They continue to farm. They are family owned, most of them. All of them are family owned. Some of them have been farming over 100 years in that area. They are adjacent to the Standring property. So that's the UR2B.
Right. To the west of the Standring property?
Correct.
Right.
They're adjacent. So they're to the west, but adjacent. Yes. They touch. Not all of them touch, but they're all in that tight area. So they are quite concerned and wanted to make sure that you were aware that they are not in favor of urban reserves, and they wanted rural. So
thank you very much.
Thank you, Jenna.
Sure,
I had one question. You don't have to answer me, Chair
okay.
Bryan. Is we're all very curious when you say at the Core 4 meetings that the area north of Highway 26 is not suitable or does not meet the factors for rural reserves. What do you mean by that?
I've never said that.
Yeah, that's
it meets both.
It meets both. Okay.
Yeah.
We're sorry. That's what we thought we heard.
Yeah.
Apologize.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Just while we're at it, just to mention again, the board has set December 8th and December 15th for additional, or for public hearings on the reserve process.
Okay,
they're not
great.
required, but the board, something the board wanted to do to gather comment.
So those will be official hearings then?
Yeah,
I mean, it's an official hearing.
On the 8th, it's limited to a total of 1 hour because of other business. On the 15th, more time will be allotted in total, just in case we have a lot of people. But just saying that.
So that I appreciate it, because then hopefully we can have something organized for you that
yeah, there will be time limits
smoothly.
of 3 minutes, possibly even 2 minutes, depending on how many people show up. Because
I'm just going to prepare everyone for 2 and not worry about it, because it's easier than
August 20th when we had that large public hearing. We ended up having to do 2 because we had almost 100 people signed up.
I know,
so
but our agreement was 2 at the beginning, and then you moved everyone to 2. So we're prepared for 2.
3, and then we moved people to 2. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do 2.
Oh,
Mr. Chairman,
sorry.
if
Yeah.
I could add to that, when we decided to do it on 2 separate days, we did ask that people testify at one or the other, but not both.
I don't think that's a problem.
Okay.
It's
You
gonna
recall how long the one was? in
Oh, it's
Hillsborough?
hard enough.
Yes.
Well, it's holiday season, and it's going to be hard. Is there a time on the 8th? Is there a time
Well,
on the 8th?
that's our normal day meeting.
10 o'clock in the morning?
The meeting starts at 10, so it'll be not too long after that.
Okay, I appreciate you, all of you, making time for that. I know it's got to be hard. I appreciate it.
I think it was last week, we talked about an hour on the 8th, and then those who didn't have opportunity to speak on the 8th, or had something entirely new to say, then would speak on the 15th, and then we'd have some time for the board to have some discussions and possible deliberations or considerations from what we've heard.
After, on the
After.
15th.
One's in the morning, one's in the evening. So.
Right. I
Okay.
think that's great. Thank you very much.
After the
Thank you.
testimony, but on the 15th.
Right.
Thank you.
I think you guys are doing great. I appreciate it.
Thank you.